Welcome to the VISN 17 Strategic Planning Retreat hosted at NASA's Space Center in Houston, Texas. Participants were inspired to reach for the stars in collaboration and problem solving. All VA healthcare system leaders from VISN 17 region came together to establish a tactical plan for the next fiscal year based on the Honorable VA Secretary Dennis McDonough's priorities. The event included establishing goals, planning for resources, and providing a clear direction across the VISN on how they plan to advance in the upcoming year and continue to provide the highest quality of care for our veterans. The strategic planning retreat consisted of 2 days pulling leaders from their healthcare systems to improve quality and value. The event started with Dr. Stephen Holt, the acting VISN 17 Chief Medical Officer. Dr. Holt spoke on VISN 17 priorities and how to improve access by bringing workloads back in-house. Dr. Jamie Park, Deputy Network Director, shared about VISN 17's priorities on implementing non-capital solutions to improve access for veterans.
Veterans in Texas deserve the very best that we're able to give. And across the network that we are responsible for, we have 7 different healthcare systems, some of which are very rural and others which are very complex and located in the heart of downtown urban areas. If we're able to take the best of the best from each of those 7 healthcare systems and make it work for the veterans in Texas, then I'll say that we've done our job and we've done it well.
Many executive attendees talked about their medical facility and how to utilize VISN 17 priorities and what they want to accomplish for this next fiscal year. The leaders also shared what the planning retreat meant to them.
Biggest takeaway for me, looking at NASA, thinking about the space shuttle, thinking about those processes and practices, hearing that they deflected an asteroid that was relatively small, way out in space. When we think about high reliability and we look at healthcare, we think about HRO as applied to healthcare. It's very vivid to imagine yourself as one of the astronauts getting into the shuttle. If you didn't think that was a high reliability system, you would never get into this thing, right? Because your very life depends on it. So that's a vivid way, I think, for us to visualize HRO, because in truth, veterans' lives are counting on our systems and on our practices.
And for me, being here at the VISN 17 Strategic Retreat is a great experience, not just to listen to what other facilities are doing to try and improve their care they're giving to veterans, but also, bringing veterans back into the VA.
I've been able to hear about some of the creative ideas and innovative processes that our colleagues from across VISN 17 have put together to reduce community care costs, improve access across the full spectrum of services and sites of care, and also some really nice and thoughtful ways on how to better engage the community.
After several hours of strategizing, everyone was given a ticket to tour the Houston NASA Space Center and explored the Space Museum. The leaders learned about NASA's accomplishments since it was established in 1962. The second day, Dr. Rajani Potu, VISN 17's Deputy Chief Medical Officer, spoke. She focused on implementing productivity and panel management solution to improve access to veterans. The executive staff members listened to prominent industry thought leader Craig Dio, Managing Director of the Huron Consulting Group. He is an accomplished and experienced board member helping leaders create better places to work. He serves as a trusted advisor to boards and executive teams on healthcare leadership, especially patient experience, employee engagement, and patient safety. The strategic planning retreat helps to align the goals from the VISN down through the medical facilities so they can be successful. The top 3 VISN 17 priorities for fiscal 23 are: 1. Improve access by bringing workload back in-house. 2. Implement productivity and panel management solutions to improve access. 3. Implement non-capital solutions to improve access. And by implanting these priorities, our vision is to bring back care to the VA by using mobile medical units for primary care and/or diagnostics, utilizing new geo-mapping technology to enact service changes to better accommodate for our veterans' needs, utilize heat sensory tools to track and optimize room utilization, maximize and standardize provider panels to increase veteran access to care, maintain integrity to 80% bookability thresholds, shift administrative services to a telework environment to maximize space for clinical utilization, advancing integrated care and coordinated case management to keep services in-house, hiring care in the community, CITC, physician utilization management advisors, PUMA, to focus on keeping veteran care in-house. The day wrapped up with Dr. Wendell Jones thanking everyone for attending the Strategic Planning Retreat.
We just concluded a very successful strategic planning conference in which many of our employees, especially many of our leaders, came together at NASA for a strategic planning conference. Strategic planning is something that any successful business does. And we want to make sure that we can carry out what direction we're going in over the next year, 3 years, 5 years. So we had a very successful conference in which we talked about such things as bringing more care back from the community, increasing access, making sure we maintain high quality care at VA. We'll continue to do strategic planning conferences in the future, and we'll definitely carry out many of the ideas and many of the plans that we went over in this particular conference. Thank you.